whatever you're doing, it doesn't have to be perfect. There's a huge bug on my tripod right now. It's interesting. It doesn't have to be perfect. My previous video was overblown in certain areas, and it was blurry if you really look into it. But I needed to say what I wanted to say, and I did that. And that is the philosophy that I adapted a couple of years ago, not too many years ago, I can't really remember. But in me, there was always a struggle, and there still is a struggle between perfectionism and getting things done. And it's especially when you're in the film industry, and I finished film school, it's very difficult to abide by perfectionism because you're never actually done with the thing you want to make. What I struggled with was this sort of is dichotomy, I think that's the word, between getting something done and being perfect about it, and then if it's not perfect, I go in the opposite direction of just not caring about the product at all, just sort of finishing it and being done with it. And then the struggle is, how do you find the balance? How do you do something in a proper way, compromising what you need to compromise, but without sacrificing what makes the product good and what makes the product unique and what makes the product shine. And I think the solution is, or the sort of, if I have to put it in a sentence, it doesn't have to be perfect, it has to be authentic. I think that's, especially in today's sort of AI climate, I think that's the most important notion to have with you, because in the time to come, I don't think perfectionism is what's going to sort of nurture the humanness of art and creative fields, but I think it's going to be authenticity. It's what you have to say through the medium that you're saying it. So that's the philosophy I brought in with all the things I did. And that isn't to say that the things I did are lacking in any sort of way. I did my best so that it's the most proper it could be. For example, the book that I wrote, I did everything so that it has proper grammar, that it's edited, that it's looked through, that people who are from the profession, which are mentioned in the book, they go through it and they approve it. For example, I mentioned a lot of psychology, and I had to have a psychologist go through the book. I did all the things, all the necessary steps, and when I look back at it, there was probably 10, 50, 100 other things I could have done. But along the way, I probably would have just given up on the book because it would have started eating up a lot of the time, and then I would get demotivated and I would never finish it. And the way I found out that the book has to be done and has to be finished is I said to myself, am I saying am I saying the thing that I wanted to say, first of all? Is it authentic to what I'm trying to portray? Is it quality? Is it readable? Is it artistic? And the way I measure something to be artistic is it expressing any sort of pain, discomfort, or overflowing emotion in me? And if it is doing those things, then it's a product, or it's an art piece that I'm proud and have no trouble exposing and charging for. It is done, it is saying something, it's going to be valuable to people who are willing to read it and listen to it or look at it. There are things to grasp from it. And I myself have read through things and educated myself enough so I know that what I'm bringing forth is quality. And that is in itself a type of perfection which I think is something to strive for, but not the actual perfection, because that doesn't exist. It probably could have existed if God willed for perfect, absolute perfection. But I don't think that's why we're here, because if we were, a lot of things would be way different than they are at the moment. So I'm not gonna go on any further. I think we have to go soon because the sun here is scorching, is hot, and we have to travel approximately 1.5 hours toward the south where it's even hotter. So I'm not gonna take much more time, but what I want to say is that it doesn't have to be perfect, whatever you're doing, whatever anyone's doing. It just has to be authentic, it has to say something, and it has to be true to you. And you have to be easy on yourself and portray whatever you want to portray in the most competent way that you can do at the moment. And if something is not completely up to par, it's probably fine.